to our ongoing coverage, live coverage of the Zimbabwe Football Premiership, where today we are Kumbiles, Rufaro Stadium, where Dinamo Dimbare Dynamos attempt to do Mission Impossible 4 successfully. Yes, over the Sugar Boys Triangle United. Now, I got 2 messages for Dynamo supporters and also 2 messages, or should I say a message for Dynamo supporters, a message for Triangle supporters watching right now. I know you are. If Dynamos win today, they are currently 17th, they will jump up. That's the good news. But the bad news is they will still be in the bottom 4 because they only jump up from 17 to 15. So they'll still be in the bottom 4. The good news for all you Triangle United supporters is, if your team wins today, listen to this, very good news indeed. They are currently number 14. If they beat Dimbare, they will jump up to number 9. Yes. But if they lose to Dimbare, they stay put on number 14. Right? That's the good news and bad news for both you Dynamos and Triangle United supporters. So what is it going to be? Well, let's find out more, because we've got 2 of our ZBC TV sports analysts who will be here to shed more light on this. Let's say hello to a man right now. Yes, he's here with us, but in 2 hours he will be at the game between his team, Manchester United, and Manchester City. I'm not saying physically, I'm just saying spiritually. We call him Sparrow. Let's say hello to Spencer Nyamadzao.
Afternoon, legendary. Of course, indeed, a big game this afternoon for Dynamos and Triangle. They're all lurking in the murky waters of relegation, and both teams need the precious 3 points. I mean, whoever drops points will still be in those relegation. Whoever, for Dynamos, if they pick up, at least they're slowly getting to go up. And it's a big game for Dynamos. And like correctly put it across, there's good news and bad news for either team, whichever, depending on the outcome of the day today.
Yes, we had 8 games. We had 8 games, remember, yesterday. And movement, not much because of these 3 points. So, as always, like I need to remind you, from number 9 to number 18 right now, they could all be relegated. Well, 4 of them from that number 9 to 18. Nobody is safe yet. Only the top 8 are safe. The likes of Simbabora, Scotland, Moors, FC Platinum, Rentals, Tel 1, ZPC, Kariba, Ngezi Platinum. Those are the only 8 that are safe, whatever happens, right? From number 9, your team could go down to Division 1 next season. Right. Sitting alongside the Manchester United men is a top rival as far as the English Premiership is concerned. Let's say hello to staunch Liverpool supporter. They are the reigning champions, and they always say, you'll never walk alone. We call him Coach Bex. Let's say hello to Bekim Pilo Nyoni. Coach Bex, you'll never walk alone.
We'll never walk alone. Good afternoon, Sene.
Right. Okay. Do you know, just digressing a bit, sorry to do that. Do you know who's top of the English Championship? That's Division 1. Do you know who's top?
Middlesbrough.
3 guesses. 3 guesses. Oxford United? No. Preston? No. 3. Middlesbrough, yeah, they are top of the English Championship. Right, let's talk about Dimbare and the Sugar Boys. We've also got, for you Dimbare supporters, I'm sure you love it, I will be reliving the goals that you scored against Green Fuel. The last time, Kumpile Zikoko at Rufaro Stadium, the 2 goals from Temptation Chiwunga from the penalty spot, and the other one from Jairus Kasondo. So that will be coming up very, very soon. Sparrow. Mission Impossible 4. They've got to accomplish 6 more after today. The Hollywood movie only has 8 installments of Mission Impossible. But Dynamos have to do, after this one 4, they've 6 more. So they're going to do Mission Impossible 10 missions, isn't it?
They need 10 missions to really ensure that they survive. And today's encounter is not going to be an easy game. They're coming up against Triangle. We have also been doing well under Genius Mangombe. and Genius Mangombe will want to prove to Dynamos that he's still a good coach. Despite not doing well at Dynamos, he'll still want to prove himself that he's a better coach and he can do well and he can really get them relegated or get the 3 points for his team and go back to Chiredzi with 3 points in the bag. We just hope the international break didn't...
sorry to butt in there, Sparrow. I did promise the Dynamo supporters those goals from Temptation Chiunga and Jairus Kasondo. And that was Mission Impossible 3, wasn't it?
That was Mission Impossible 3 and they pulled it off, winning 2-0.
Yes, they pulled it off. And then, of course, no, this is actually, no, is it Mission Impossible? Yeah, 4. The first one was Moors, then Green Fuel, then Scotland. Yes, this is Mission Impossible 4. Yes, so here, Temptation Chiunga is growing into somewhat of a perfect penalty specialist, following in the footsteps of the great Dynamos heroes, the mastermind George Shire and Bambo Moses Chunga. As we see it, Coach Bex, we don't need to be told who those supporters are doing.
Yes, those the Dynamos fans. Yes, definitely. As for Dynamos, it has been more of a game of psychological games being played. And I think Kaidindu has done extremely well on that part, because since he came in, the way Dynamos have been approaching these games is totally different from what we have seen when they started the season, where we saw more of pedestrian play. But now, at this moment in time, because of these psychological things which has been going on, you see that there's a lot which has been happening. I think we are even told that this week we saw Kaidindu being with one of the pastors. And we are told this morning there was a pastor who came and prayed for the team, which is a sign that psychologically...
He's a pastor as well, eh?
Yes, but he brings his colleagues who come in as a way of trying to make sure that he keeps the team up there and they have confidence that they can really manage to make sure that they get out of the relegation. And so far, with the games they have played, it shows that they have confidence that they will try to make sure they will collect 3 points. And for Triangle... definitely, the last when they went away to ZPC Kariba, they didn't do well, and as a result, you could see that they know that when they go away, especially to Dynamos, with the Dynamos 12th man being part of what we saw against Scotland, it's not going to be an easy one for Triangle.
Right. We were saying Mission Impossible 4. No, this is Mission Impossible 5. The first one was Moors. The second one was Kwekwe United. Yes. The third one was Green Fuel. Yes. The fourth one was Scotland. So this is Mission Impossible 5. They've got to accomplish Mission Impossible 11. So this one is Mission Impossible 5. And the star of the show in the Hollywood movie franchise Mission Impossible is Tom Cruise, who stars as super agent spy Ethan Hunt. For Dimbari, their super agent is on the bench once again. That's Denver Mukamba Mundi Kumbuke, scoring a beautiful left-footed killer. He is the star of the show, so he's like the Tom Cruise, of the equivalent of Tom Cruise for Dimbari. And once again, Sparrow, he starts from the bench.
I think a good move by Kaidindu is still trying to get Denver to get to his fitness. I think he's not yet 100% fit, and he's better off using him in the second half of the game when he wants to go and kill a game off. He's one player who can bring in the flair, the magic, and to create chance for other players, especially in the last 30 minutes of the game. I think it's a good way of managing Denver as he's not yet fully fit.
Sometimes they'll bring him on too late, you know. Sometimes one day it will backfire.
I think for now it's been working. For now it's been working, and it doesn't backfire. And you're right.
Yes, but I think I want to believe as a coach you need to understand your players. Okay. Definitely in terms of fitness, Denver doesn't have it, and if you throw him 90 minutes, I'm sure he will really end up even disappointing you. And as a result, you find as they'll be continuing, definitely as he's working, he will improve on his fitness, and maybe the times of getting in will start to be added as much as they'll be going. But so far, I think the coach has done very well in handling him, because I know it needs a lot of patience to work with Denver. Some of the coaches were saying he he's passed his stage. He
Right
cannot
off.
continue playing. But he said, let's bring in Denver, handle him properly, and Denver himself is not disappointed.
And it looks like Pastor Kelvin Kaidindu, KK, we call him KK. He's doing quite well managing Denver Mukamba. We'll see what happens. But this is not all about Denver Mukamba and Dimbare. Yes, the Triangle supporters will probably say, yes, we see a perfect overhead shot, drawn shot there from our super crew, ZBC TV Sports, and that's the ceremonial home of football. The pitch, at least the pitch, is no more ceremonial, so the fathers need to do something. As we see the grand arrival of the hosts, Dynamo Dimbare, who were beaten 2-1 when they went to Chirezi the last time out to face Triangle at Gibo Stadium. And there is the grand arrival of Dynamo Dimbare and Sparrow. I know there is singing amongst that they like to sing, the Dynamos players.
I mean, that's the only way you can get the team fired up. Even the players take off the pressure from the fans. I mean, as you see, the line, the jerseys just lined in the changing, waiting for the players to come and dress and get to feel the turf on the. Like Redfield said, the turf needs a bit of work. I think hopefully the City Fathers will do something about the turf.
Oh yeah, they should, man. This ceremonial home of football, so christened by my colleague, the Godfather Robson Sharuko. But nowadays, it's not. The City Fathers and mothers should do something. Triangle United, Sugar, Baruguya Wachijga Nzimbe Mwanomdara. There they are, hoping to do a double over Dynamo. They beat them 2-1. And Nasi, vachadzimenya ere Nzimbe vakomana ava vanogona kudzimenya imo murufaro vakasiya muri sweet neshuga. Tabani Kamsoko, once again, he's going to be the leader of the pack. They call him Skara or Sekuru, whichever way he doesn't mind. It will be to be called Sekuru. He's, yes, on the wrong side of 30. But don't they say life begins at 40? He's only 38, 2 years before he really begins his life. So, Triangle United there. And Sparrow, there is a guy who's called Munashe Bamara, who plays alongside Kamusoko. That one is bad news.
He's bad news, and he's the go-to guy for Triangle, especially coming from the left side of midfield, going attack. I think he's very solid. He's a good player, very creative, and got a good understanding between himself and Kamsoko, as well as Zeki in the midfield. Those three really make Triangle tick. When they're on form, Dynamos will need to be at their best.
Oh yeah, so this is a message to all you Dimbare fans. Yes, some of you are probably saying Mission Impossible 5 tatoi success. Maybe hold on, hold your horses. This Triangle United, they soon, immediately upon the arrival of the man we call Kaka, that's Genesis Mangombe, who was a Dynamos, if you still recall. They've just been changed, transformed, a transformed outfit. And Kaka has done wonders. So he's number 14, is just off the bottom four. If he wins, like I said, if his side wins today, they jump up to number 9. Yes, they will jump up to number 9, but we'll have to see. Right, warm-ups. There is the Mission Impossible star of Dimbare, but he will be starting on the bench yet once again, Denver Mukamba. And Spencer, this guy is the most popular player at Dimbare. No doubt about it.
Not only at Dimbare, he's the most popular player in the Premiership at the moment.
In the Premiership.
In the Premiership, he's the most popular player, and he's the most loved player by the Dynamos fans. I mean, they love him so much here. They've got so much love for him, and he knows how to get the crowd going. When he gets in, he knows how to do those fancy showboating skills, and knows when to pass, knows when to carry the ball, knows when to shoot. I mean, that's what the Dynamos fans love of them.
Kapopi, the Dynamos captain, is another player who really carries the day for them. Sparrow, this will be an argument for another day, because right now, I'm sure the Highlanders supporters are saying, no, wait a minute. What do you mean Mkamba is the most popular player in the Premiership? We've got our own reason, Sibanda. And the Scotland supporters are saying, hey, wait a minute, we've got our own knowledge, Musona. So we'll leave that for another day, but definitely the most popular player at Dimbare. In the Premiership, we'll leave that for another day. The Sugar Boys, there they are. And last time out, they beat the Students, who were high-flying then at Gibbo Stadium. They beat them 4-2. By the 13th minute, the Sugar Boys were leading 2-0, and the Students never really recovered, and they lost 4-2. Although the Students, yes, yesterday they recovered. They managed to finish 0-0 against Caps United. But here, the Sugar Boys mean business, Coach Bex.
Yes, Sugar Boys, they really mean business, because I think when you look at the lineup where we have said that at most the heart of the team is the midfield. And I think in midfield they seem to be really very compact, very strong, which means that Dynamos today, the midfielders for Dynamos really needs to come up and work as hard as they can. They have their own, I think Vusangwenya have shown that he's just a young man who have got the heart of a lion.
As we saw Tabani Kamsoko, sorry to butt in there. We just saw the mainstay of Triangle United, Tabani Kamsoko himself, a former Dynamos player.
Yes, Tabani Kamsoko definitely is the one who will be dictating pace, and players like Vusangwenya will be trying to say, let me try to work as much as I can and help my team to do better than the midfield for Triangle. I think we know that Scotland have one of the strongest midfielders, but Dynamos managed to break them. And today they are out to try to break the Triangle midfield and break their defense and win the game.
Right, okay. Is your blood really pumping already if you're Dynamos or Triangle United? Isu Beboro to Ribo. We are on top of English Division 1. Right, all the time. We would like to get you inside the coaches' minds. And yes, it's no different today. We did earlier on talk to the two coaches, and first, of course, it was Kelvin Kaidindu who spoke first before Genesis Mangombe.
We've been preparing very well, and you see Dynamos is doing good, extremely well, and we have to do extra work so that we can match them today. I'm happy that we are not out of the relegation zone, but if we can manage this game and collect maximum points, I think we'll be better and we are safe. So yeah, we have a very strong squad and a competitive one, which can upset any other team on a good day. So I'm happy that we don't have injury worries. Everyone is there and we are ready to go. When you play Dynamos at this stage, it's not going to be easy. One, we don't. I think nearly everyone, they don't want Dynamos to be relegated. But it's a game of football. We don't want Triangle to be relegated. Now I'm a Triangle coach, and I'm focusing on Triangle to survive relegation, and that is my job. So at the moment, we will try and do our best, and at the same time, we also wish Dynamos in the next assignment to win their games.
I think it's quite difficult for the momentum that we got and the break came. Yes, it gave us a bit of time for us to see the players that were picking up some knocks, but it's never a good thing for the team that has picked up momentum. But we are back yet again playing a very, very important game. One game separates us. We've been winning, but all our wins are in vain if we are not able to pick up points today. We have been on the same position for quite some time, but today, if we work extra hard, I'm sure at the end of the day, positions must be able to change. We've been winning, but nothing has changed. But today's game is a game that is going to change our position. We are playing Triangle, a team that is also fighting relegation. They have picked a bit of form, I think, in the last games. They have got a coach who knows the history of the club. He's also transformed the team. They are one game ahead of us. They beat us 2-0 in the first leg, so it's not going to be an easy game. And I've spoken to the team that if only we can show character today, it will be better for us.
Well, there we started with Kaka Genesis Mangombe, and then, of course, the home side coach, KK Kelvin Kaidindu. Yes, we will cross now to Rufaro Stadium. We'll be talking to you at halftime. Let's join the guys at Rufaro Stadium in the commentary box.
That was the national anthem, and we welcome you all to Rufaro Stadium, where Dynamos are taking on Triangle, the team in red, Dynamos in blue, and Rufaro Stadium slowly filling up here. We would like to have a good observation and see whether it will be able to be as full as it was when Dynamos hosted Scotland here at the same venue. Two teams that are staring down the proverbial barrel of a loaded gun. They are all threatened by relegation, and any result here could affect both teams. Failure to win for Dimbare, they are the team that is lower on the log, may mean disaster. Triangle, they do have a bit of breathing space, but according to their coach, if Dynamos are looking for a victory, they can only do it on the next assignment and not today. That's a declaration of intent there from Genesis Mangombe.
Yes, it was interesting to listen to Genesis Mangombe give his pre-match interview there. He was not missing his words to say he's on assignment. He said he's here to represent the interest of a Triangle, who are not saved themselves from relegation, and he said it's business as usual. He's here to do his job. If Dynamos must win, they will not win at his expense. So he said. Remember, he's a former Dynamos son. He was relieved of his duties at Dynamos earlier this season, and he could be a man on a revenge mission this afternoon.
Oh yes, indeed, revenge mission. But of course, when you look at the last 5 matches that these two teams have played, Triangle have won twice, they've drawn 3 times. So it means Dynamos will also have a sense of revenge against their opponents from the Loveld. The Sugar Boys have been doing quite well under the tutelage of Genesis Mangombe, a youthful coach who is doing a fantastic job of trying to keep the team afloat here in the Premier League, the Castle Premier League, as we see Dynamos with their pre-match ritual kneeling across the goal line, and the prayer led by their captain, Emmanuel Jalai.
And I think this is a good picture, Stanley. If you look at the graphics, the picture itself, they are fully clad in their full colors, looking good. The optics are looking right. Also want to comment on the playing surface, Stanley. Today the grass is lush green, compared to the previous experience that we have seen. Of course, it may not be the best of surfaces, but I think from what we've seen before previously, today there's an upgrade, a slight upgrade on the playing surface. And we want to also commend the city of Harare for proper marking of the pitch. Previously they had used whitewash, lime wash to mark the screen, the surface, but today we see it's properly marked using a line marker. We don't know whether the procurement department finally did their work or someone finally authorized the procurement of the proper line marker. So kudos to the city of Harare.
It's a pleasant surprise, because when I walked onto the field of play, I could not believe that we've got properly marked lines here at the stadium, and it goes to show that a sense of professionalism is slowly creeping into some of our stakeholders. We wait for kickoff. Domingos Isbanda, the match referee of the day, is about to get us started. Dynamos kicking off there. We're playing from left to right. They are defending the city end and attacking the Mbare end. Triangle in red are defending that Mbare end and attacking the city end. We see there the triangle goalkeeper Chikosi, Tafatwa Chikosi, going through his prayers, and he's definitely looking for divine intervention. He knows what's at stake this afternoon. And away we go. Dynamos with possession, and that ball played through. It will be picked up now by the captain. Here is Emmanuel Jalai, who turns away from his marker, playing it through, trying to find Kasondo, but tightly monitored. That the two teams will still be trying to settle down. Zeka's effort is cleared there by Magwaza to not tender. Magwaza is a regular feature in the Dynamos defense. He's missing his usual partner in Mandive, who is suspended. Kasondo beaten in the air, picked up by little Bamara. This is the youngster who set the scene alight with some blinding performances. The first game they played against Scotland, we all thought that Bamara was going to be a permanent feature in terms of being the top player this season, but somehow he fizzled out. Maybe he will choose this particular occasion to burst to life once again as Tafremuta picks up the ball as he prepares to dispatch it downfield. He plays it short now, and back to the goalkeeper. Dynamos are prepared to start slowly. It's a long clearance, proving difficult for the intended target. Here is no more Nyerere, a former Timbare player, picked up in the middle of the park by Bamara. He goes through. Chiunga coming in with a tackle, brings his opponent down, and the ref blows quite correctly. The Dynamos midfielder, Enkamen Temptation Chiunga, brings him down, so that will be a free kick as we take a second look. I think Bamara was also looking for it.
Yes, he did very well.
He sold the dummy to the referee. That's what you have to do as a player.
I mean, you have to be streetwise. Look, he had somehow overridden his ball for too long away from him, and then he made sure he stands between the ball and the defender, and he rightly got himself a free kick there, which is good thinking on the part of Bamara. He's a veteran, industrious, and very influential on the middle of the park.
And here's Tabani Kamsoko. Talking of veterans, I think he should be the one who reigns supreme. Tabani Kamsoko, former Zimbabwe international, former Timbare player as well. This one is wasted over the bar. No problems there for the goalkeeper, Tafremutsa. And the defender will certainly wish that he had played this one properly. That's a long clearance. Asondo running into space, trying to get to the ball, but the goalkeeper does well, Chikosi, to take it away. That the Dynamos fans will be calling for the whistle for every touch of the ball. Here they come now, Matuluka, but in comes Nyawa, who blasts it off an opponent, and it goes straight back to the goalkeeper, Tafremutsa. It's been quite outstanding in between the sticks for Dynamos as they come through now. Mohamed Issa And this one picked up by Kasondo, taking long to control it. He lays it back. Timbare trying to go through. This one, Rosengwenya had a touch. It comes back to Nyawa, who is looking for Wisdom Mutasa, but this one is headed away from him. Chalai now to Mohammed, and he guides it back to his goalkeeper, Tafre Mutsa. Now to Magwaza. Tendaisha Magwaza with the long ball forward, and a good clearance there, coming in for triangle from Praise Machengete. Into touch, throw in as Dynamos are trying to open up the triangle defense. Throw in taken to Chiunga Temptation. He goes down quite easily as the Dimbare coaching department takes a long look at proceedings. Zambian Kelvin Kaidindu looking very immaculate there.
Very immaculate, and interestingly, he's immaculate in black and white, synonymous of the Highlanders colors. Yeah, well, is that a statement or what? But we can't take it away from him. Kevin Kaidindu looking immaculate on the Dynamos bench.
Here they come, triangle now, the Sugar boys. Guiding it backwards. They're trying to find openings here. Can they get it? Still, Chiunga takes it away. Mohammed clears the danger. This one played into touch by Munya Mawadza. And this will be a throw in as Genesis Mangombe takes a look at it, a former Timbare coach.
Here's one coach who has revolutionized life at the triangle. I mean, he came in the triangle, we're actually lying on the lower ranks of the table. But now, since he came in, he has done very well and has changed the fortunes of the team.
Oh, yes, indeed. Mangombe has done very well at the triangle. I know the overall tally of results may not be in his favor, but they are playing some decent football here. Chiunga will pick it up to find Rosengwenya. As Dimbare will guide it back to their goalkeeper. Safety first for Dynamos, who have been winning since the arrival of the Zambian coach, Kelvin Kaidindu. Here's the cross now, cleared away, nobody home for Dimbare. Bamara will pick it up, played on the far side, Matuluka, long clearance, and this one runs into touch. Matuluka will leave it for someone else so that he can occupy the preordained positions for triangle upfield. Here it comes now. Jordan Pedra's throw. Tussle for possession, but it loses out. And triangle with another throw. And he's shaping up to produce a long one into the box. It gets there and it's headed out of play. Linesman momentarily pointed to the corner, but he decided against it, changed his mind. I think he realized that he had made a mistake, Joe.
Yes, double-minded Oscar Bume on the far side. Initially he had pointed to the corner kick spot, and then within a flash he pointed to the goal kick. Yeah, well, maybe indecisiveness there on the part of the far side assistant referee Oscar Bume.
Yes, as play now is in the center circle. Rosengwenya losing out. Picked up by Kamsoko. Lays it to the far side as a triangle and now trying to push forward. Witness Shave. Does well. The referee blocks the ball. Surely he should block and give the ball back to Timbare. Tabani Kamsoko there, trying to influence the referee's decision. He knows all about it. But players, my goodness me. What sort of drop ball is that?
Just like that.
He just started walking away and threw the ball.
Some tricks from the referee. Yeah. Because it's Banda.
Yeah. That's a clearance for Timbare. And the 71st there by Praise Machangete. This is the incident.
He couldn't get out of the way.
He couldn't get out of the way. Yeah, we know, we understand
Yeah,
that,
he's
but
too close, yeah.
the way he restarted it.
Yes.
Dynamos now trying to bring in a cross, and that's a poor one. Goal kick to the Sugar Boys. Chikosi will play it short. He finds Mawadza. Clipping it long. Headed down by Mohamed. Rosengwenya heading away to it. A good defensive work there by Dynamo's defense. Mawadza will pick this one up and plays it short for Kamsoko. And Mawadza facing his goal. For a moment I thought he would play it back to his goalkeeper, but decided against it. Now it comes into the center as they try to push forward. Hofisi to Mawadza. Chinyerere guides it all the way back to his goalkeeper Takuzwa Chikosi. And the Sugar Boys can restart the formula, trying to give each and every player a good feel of the ball before they start launching their long passes forward. That's a good cross-field pass, and he couldn't control it. Dynamos take full advantage. And there they come now, a chance. It is planned from a foul. A good catch by the goalkeeper, good shot from the striker. If that was taken a few meters closer to the goal, surely that would have given the goalkeeper lots of problems.
Yeah, I think Leroy Mavunga, I think he fancied his chances from that range. And I like the way he tagged in. Look at that. He created his space for himself and then he let loose a shot. Yeah, maybe he's slightly saving off target, but still, it's a good shot. It had the pace, it had the bite. But Chikosi could not take chances. He made sure that he catches that ball and he caught it once, and it was effective and efficient.
Very effective indeed as Nyerere prepares to dispatch a throw. Played for Dynamos in the first half of the season. No more Nyerere. No doubt as to who lured him to the low veld. The triangle coach is a former Dynamo son. Here's another long ball played aimlessly.
What is it?
That's silly.
Well, maybe he didn't have the option. I thought he would have still pumped it up front.
He should have just come back into the box.
Yeah, he was allowed to handle the ball.
The triangle,
Yes, because the triangle
player
shot.
was they'd given up, but now triangle are pushing forward. And finally, Tafremutsa. I think the Zambian, his coach, the Zambian there, Kelvin Kaidindu, will be furious. And Mtasa and Rosengwenya not on the same page. Pamara now, showing him how it's done. Split forward and Atuluga could not keep the ball in play. It rolls out into touch. For a Dynamos throw to be taken by Ebel Gwatizo, the left back. Gwatizo plays it for Chiunga. Appeals for a handball, not given. Mohamed looking for Mutasa, who rarely breaks sweat when he plays football. Young wisdom Mutasa. That's one thing that he needs to inject into his game. You can see everyone else on the field of play are running themselves to a standstill, but he's one of those who prefers to take it easy.
Yeah, you do have those kind of players who don't really exert themselves. No, they play simple football. They make it look easy, but they'll be having an impact in a particular match. Yeah, he comes up with that kind of a demeanor.
Another goal kick for triangle there. Chikosi will pick it up before clipping it downfield. We welcome those joining us for the first time. It's 0-0 here at Rufaro. Dynamos versus Triangle. Magwaza looking for Nyahwa, and the handing offense there by witness Shave. So it will be free kick quickly taken back to Mohamed. Isaka Mohamed exchanging passes with Dafremutsa. Now it's Magwaza. Clipping a long one into space, and Kasondo has given up a bit too easily, but that one was always going out of play. That will be a corner kick. Looks like it's the first one this afternoon.
It is. And I've noticed something, Stanley. The trend that Dynamos seem to be applying as a tactic is that they are chipping long balls, high balls over the triangle defense. They are trying to turn the triangle defense to face backwards, and we've seen a number of balls that have been flighted above the triangle defense. So maybe the long ball game has been Dynamos' approach to this game.
Here comes the corner. Well defended, Pamara. He's got a touch, brings it down neatly, lays it through, and the poor control there by Witness Chavez, so that will be a throw-in to Dimbare.
That's one thing, Stanley. At this level of the game, you don't expect a professional Premier Soccer League player failing to control the ball. It's something that is unheard of. I mean, we shouldn't be accepting that. These are basics that we expect this level of play to be able to control the ball, put it under your spell at the first instance without needing another touch.
Yes, indeed. And if you are a player and you want to live off, football, those are the basics that you should satisfy.
Yeah, but you then begin to question, how did you get to this level of the game without playing basic drills that actually instill these basic skills in you at an early level in your game?
Dynamos inside the area, and the goalkeeper takes it away. Kasondo made a challenge, and the goalkeeper, I think, he has felt it. So the referee has blown the whistle. It will be a free kick after this. And Chikosi will now need treatment, and I hope that it's nothing serious, because as a first choice goalkeeper, let's take a second look at it. Yes, Kasondo went in with a challenge.
I don't think it was malicious. Look, he's got his eyes on the ball and he's trying to go for a fair challenge. Yes, of course, it's a clash of bodies, but I wouldn't sanction Kasondo in this case. It was a legitimate fight for the ball, and your eyes are on the ball, which is happening. So, we just hope Chikosi doesn't come out worse than we have seen. He will be hope he's able to pick up himself and continue the game.
Yeah, Chikosi, of course, like I said earlier, that being the first choice goalkeeper, nobody wants to make any injury-inspired substitution. Here is Mutema, who is the assistant. Newman Mutema, Nisha Mutema, he's talking about, and Tekiwash Nyama also advising his strikers on what to do. Chikosi is up and about, and the referee starts with a drop ball, but he had blown his whistle. I thought it was going to be a free kick.
Yeah, that would be the first assumption. So once the referee blows the whistle, that means the restart of the game would be a free kick, not a drop ball. Here comes a clearance from Takutwa Chikosi, headed in the wrong direction, but this time picked around by Jalai. Kasondo falling under challenge. He's been stretching Mawad's time and again. He's a big, strong lad, knows how to play as a centre forward, and it's a free kick in a good-looking position for Dimbare. Chiunga is one such player who can float tricky crosses into the box. So Triangle should take care of every blue shirted jersey in there. If they are to play it safe, the referee says let's go. Here's Chiunga with a good curling one, and the header is wayward. This one headed by Nyawa, also offside against the defensive midfielder Shadrack Nyawa. So it will be a free kick. The Chikosi just kicking that ball out of play. Some of the fans in the VIP stands enjoying themselves here to Sparrow Stadium. Shot comes in. A deflection, that will be a corner kick. Definitely, this was going to be a difficult game for Dynamos. I know they are lying precariously at 17th position against a team that is also fighting relegation. But for your information, Triangle haven't lost a game. They've lost once. Look at Bamara there, teeing up a shot, which would have troubled Prince Tafire Mutsa. Yeah, save for that block that caused a corner. Yeah, I was saying Triangle have come into this game having lost once out of their last 14 games, which is a good streak of records for Triangle.
It's a good run indeed, and the referee stops play. Sure, it will be a retake. Jambin Kosisbanda telling the Dynamos player to move back the stipulated 10 yards. Matuluka with a long ball forward. The goalkeeper has lost it, and it's deemed a goal kick. I thought the goalkeeper had a touch, but maybe it was a double ricochet. So Tafremutsa can play it early. He finds Abel Kwatidzo looking for Kasondo, forcing a miscue, and in the end the referee has seen an infringement, and these fans clad in blue and white not happy with what the referee has done there. Another look at the corner kick.
Yeah, well, no touch. Yeah,
he didn't touch it, yes. So it sailed out of play for a goal kick. Good call by the referee there, Jambinko Sisbanda. Now Mawadza rolling it to the other side where Machengete picks up possession. Dynamos take it away. Leroy Mavunga cannot get past his marker. It's a tricky one. This is a chance for them. Jalai takes it away, looking for Wisdom Mutasa. Haven't seen him do much this afternoon. Jalai, Yawa, as they play on the far side with Guatizo. Plays it short. The return pass, well read there by Bamara, who takes it away. Still Dimbare fighting for position here, and that sliding tackle by Bamara wins Dynamo's free kick. Bamara very apologetic, but these fans are not happy with that. They want more sanctions from the referee. Yeah, that was careless. It was late.
And very late.
Yeah, we know Bamara is an effort. That was a good looking position. Well, if you are from the old school, the men on the right are the Dynamos legends. Bernard Chitsiva. I was in high school when this man was playing his football. He was a steely defender. He looked skinny, but my goodness me, he could tackle. It's one of the few that are still coming to watch his beloved Dynamos play. Chiunga going down. Nyawa heading it, playing it in the wrong direction. As Kwatizo is feeling the pressure and he's robbed of the ball. Here comes the cross, and again Rosengwenya has picked up possession, and the referee blows to give Dimbare a free kick. They play it short. Mohammed dummies once before clipping it forward. It's typical, to whom it may concern. It's not directed at anyone, and it rolls out of play. The two teams taking some time to settle down to some attractive football. Wisdom Mutasa. That's a wasted effort. And Chikosi will make sure.
But why?
It goes out of play.
Why Chikosi? I thought you would have allowed that ball to roll out
of
for a
play.
ball in. They retain possession, or maybe feel it first time and then you make sure you give it a good clearance. Why turn over possession recklessly?
That's exactly what Tafire Musa did a few minutes ago.
That was reckless.
That was reckless. It's not a good watch at all when players think like this. We expect to see some good passes, long range passes, even from goalkeepers. Nowadays, teams are emphasizing on ball playing goalkeepers. Yes, Nyerere guides it backwards to praise Machengete. Another wasted effort. Play still broken up here. think it's an ISO. That's why some fans are even going through their phones here. I remember talking to one legend, very popular Zimbabwe player, that's Moses Chunga, saying, look, nowadays we can even afford to eat, peanuts during the game, and we'll be talking, telling each other stories, because there isn't much exciting, sometimes.
Yes. And interesting.
Here's another effort again.
This particular fixture, Stanley, we've had 4 encounters. Triangle coming to Dynamos 4 times before. Dynamos hasn't beaten Triangle at Rufaro Stadium since 2018.
Now they've got a very good-looking free kick. But the big question is, do they have the hard hitters? This is a delicious spot for someone who can play the ball. Kasondo has gone down very close to the penalty box, and the ref has blown.
He's lucky he fouled him before he ventured into the box, otherwise it would have been an easy penalty.
And even if Kasondo had managed to stay on his feet, Kamsoko had gone down, so he could easily have taken the ball away. Another look at Bernard Chidziva. Blast from the past. He must be giving advice from afar to the youngsters on how to defend. Chikosi, a good goalkeeper when it comes to using his hands, but I'm sure he needs to improve on his footwork. Batizo is likely to be the taker here. Here he comes. Oh, it's a lovely effort off the crossbar. What a curling effort. That would have been something else. Take a look at it again. The goalkeeper had done well, but he was well beaten. That would have gone in because it hit the crossbar.
Good technique from Abel Batizo. He gave it the right swerve around the defensive wall, and of course didn't have enough deep to come in under the crossbar. But good effort from Abel Batizo.
Yes, good effort indeed as Mohamed takes it away. Just drove it into an opponent, and it goes out of play for another throw. Jalai looking for Chiunga, who gives away possession. Another aimless looking effort as it goes out of play. Matuluka tried his best. Kaidindu is restless, taking a look at the clock. I'm sure he wants to talk to his players as Gwatizo comes through now. Leroy Mavunga playing the ball through, and the goalkeeper does well. This is one sad thing about our football these days. We do not have, those playmakers, people who can produce passes in the way that Ronald Gidizas Banda used to do it. Rosgwenya goes down, handling in the process. Very lucky the referee didn't intervene. He should have passed that ball long back, like what other players are doing. Good chest down, Mutasa. What a wasted effort. Wisdom Mutasa.
Divine Sena there.
Yeah.
Former Dynamos player himself. I'm not sure if he's enjoying what he's seeing here. As we see the referee, another stoppage maybe for the goalkeeper. A beautiful chest pass. And then Wisdom Mutasa, good chest again on the volley. Yeah, miscued his kick there, going over the bar.
I think decision making was his main problem there. He should have floated the ball into the center for his center striker Kasondo, but he decided to go for glory. The angle didn't favor him.
Yes.
And in the end, it's a goal kick. Machengete. Bamara. It's taken away again by Leroy. Tassa. Again, I'll blame him for effort. He doesn't seem to put enough effort, to get the ball and I don't know how he managed to keep Pio on the bench.
We spoke about it earlier in the game.
I mean, you could see his demeanor.
Yes,
He's not the sort of player who is going to run himself, to a standstill to get the job done.
the way he applies himself, he is not like wholeheartedly in it. That sprint would have been profitable. He gave it more than what we saw, and it would have given something for Dynamos to cheer about.
Yes, indeed.
Looking their
The fans are not happy. Long faces clearly indicate that they are not happy with what they are seeing. But this time he comes around with a good skill, lays it through. Rosengwenya, hold to the ground, play on, says the ref. Here it comes to Mohammed, who I think has been doing so well. And the handling offense there by Dynamos inside the box, so that will be a free kick to Triangle. The Sugar Boys.
Could the two teams be playing with relegation in their minds, or they are saying let's just play football, a game of football? Because if you look at the errors that we've seen in the past 5-10 minutes, they've been unprecedented and maybe unlikely for us to get from this level of the game. It's been scrappy, it's not been decisive, long balls, speculative balls, aimless passes and things like that. Look at that long ball again. It's a long clearance, but again it's going to a triangle player. Headed back, goes possession retained. So maybe our teams are playing with relegation in their minds.
Mara playing a dangerous ball there, and Dynamos forced to concede a corner. Mohammed doing well, and he's being congratulated there by his fellow defenders. Now Chatuluka to do the set piece duties. He tried once, it didn't work out. Now these fans are waiting for something special. Taken long and miscued there by the big defender. Nothing came out of it from Nomos Nyerere, former Dimbare player. Now Gwatidzo, the man who hit the crossbar, the closest we came to a goal. Leroy Mavunga thwarted, but I think the ref is saying that he was impeded. Jordan Pedra, and the ref is giving the offender a good stand talking to. He's trying his best, that's the Temikos and to manage the game. He's not flashing yellow cards willy-nilly, but he's trying to give these players a second chance so that at least the game can flow.
Yeah, I think it's good man management and good game management as well. You don't want to be the referee who steals the limelight. The spotlight falls on you as a referee and you become the man of the match. But I think so far the referee has done very well in terms of managing this game. Yeah, he has his firm hand on the game, but he's allowing football to be played.
Yes, he's trying his best to make sure the game flows, as we see there. Leroy Mavunga getting to his feet. I'm sure he's ready to continue. The injury is not serious enough. It's a poor effort taken there by Gwatidzo. You begin to wonder whether these players are practicing set pieces at all, but Chatuluka trying to get past Jalai, turns backwards. It's a restart with Bamala. Nyerere in the box. This one on the far side now with no challenge. It's a good looking opportunity. Saved by the goalkeeper. My word. Some of the Dynamos players virtually going to slip.
Definitely Dynamos players there giving a pet. Look at, he returned the ball, it was still in play, and he tagged in onto the near post, and a shot was taken to the near post. Good that Prince Tafimuta was well positioned. Had he been to his left, to his right, anticipating another cross, it would have been tagged in onto the bottom right corner.
Yes, indeed. Triangle coming very close to a goal there. It's still goalless. Dynamos 0, Triangle 0. As we wait for the corner now to come from the far side. I think this is the fourth corner kick for Triangle, am I right? Fourth or third? but they are leading in terms of corner kicks. Let's see how this one will be played in the box. The far side assistant referee there, standing in the way so that the corner kick can be taken after the referee's permission is given. Here's another header out of play by Jalai. Another corner to the Sugar boys. They certainly would be extremely happy. Here comes another effort. Zeroed away by Mohammed. Doesn't get very far. Still commotion inside the Dynamos area. And Gwatidzo has gone down. The referee intervenes and gives a free kick. Much to the delight of these fans clad in blue and white.
They are relieved to survive that attack by Triangle.
Very relieved indeed. Because they realized that it could have been dangerous. And now the free kick can be taken. Magwaza shuffling the ball one way, then the other before playing it downfield. It comes on the near side. Jalai turns infield. Plays it back. Magwaza to Gwatidzo. Back to Magwaza. He's trying to find Kasondo, but he slips in the process. There's no pressure on Chinyerere. Shadrack Nyawa guiding it backwards, looking for Mohammed. A clever dummy by Mohammed. He seems to be quite a useful sort, this Mohammed. Jalai in contention with and the referee, I thought it was Jalai. Let's take a second look at it, and the Dynamos family not happy at all. Look, it's Jalai who was being pulled.
Yes, I thought Bamara's arm was on Jalai's neck or shoulder. Yeah. Jalai had done well to retain ball possession and set off on the offensive.
Yeah, our referee is vacillating in terms of his performances. Another hotly disputed decision as Dimbare have lost possession, so this will be a free kick. And Triangle stealing a few meters. Let's see how they will take this one. The Sugar boys. Mawadza with a long effort. Headed away by Nyawa. Comes back to Nomos Nyerere, the former Dynamos defender who was lured to the low veld by the former Timbare coach Genesis Mangombe. Now in the corner of Triangle. Nyawa has won it. But the passing, I don't know if Lira Mafunga has got the pace. He gave up. Tried his best, but it was too late.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the Dynamos have those pacey players that this long ball game they are playing, that they can benefit them. Because look at the number of long balls that have been flighted from Dynamos defense straight into the final third in the defensive area for Triangle. So I'm not sure if Kevin Kaidindu may want to re-look into that. Does he have the manpower who can run into those pockets of space behind the Triangle defense, or you may want to play short passes and be on the transition as a unit?
Let's wait and find out. Mohammed clears. Picked up now in the center of the park. Kamsoko will take it. And Chatuluka brought down. Free kick. And the Tembikos is banda. Yeah, that was a reckless challenge by Jalai. Now this free kick comes at a time when Kamsoko no longer has the original strength that he had when he was a 20-year-old. This could have been a dangerous sport for Timbare, but nonetheless, he can produce a killing effort into the box. Shinyerere looks to be the player to do the job here, and it's headed away. Now triangle. He's looking backwards. Pamala. And there's a player down injured. Looking around, I can't find Temptation Chunga. Is it? No. This looked like Magwaza. The Dynamos steely defender. So play has been stopped. I'm sure the ref will start with a drop ball for triangle. Now where is the problem now? He's consulting his assistant referee. It has to be a triangle ball. He nearly gave it to Debari.
So he had to consult.
Yeah, he has to consult. That's a drop ball, not what he did the last time. Here's a header once again. Another free kick. Chiunga dangerously kicking Bamara down. He will be lucky not to get a yellow card here.
But I think Pamala was smart. Look at Chiunga there. I mean, he had his eyes on the ball.
Exactly.
I mean,
he was not tackling Bamara.
Yes. Bamara came in from the blind side. Yeah. Well,
so it's a free kick in a very good looking position. Now Tawani Kamsoko comes into the picture. But I do see that Jordan Pedra is lingering thereabout. Is he interested in taking this free kick? Dynamos now with a 5-man wall.
Would we say the spot for this free kick is the Soboslai territory?
It is. This is typical Soboslai territory. When it comes to Zimbabwe, well, we talk of the likes of the late Mercedes Rambo Sbanda. We used to say this is typical Rambo territory. And the Mangombe naturally keenly interested there. Kapsoko has won as the captain. He will take this free kick. And Tafre Musa will have to watch this one very closely. Here it comes now. The wall has done its job, and the goalkeeper once again. The clearance not quite. And play will continue. Jalai in attendance blocks it and finally cleared away. Here's Jairus Kasondo all by himself, turns in field and gives it away. Mohamed now nearly fooled by the bounce of the ball, but he recovered very quickly. But this Mohamed guy, for me, looks like a very decent replacement for Mandivei.
Yeah, he's very decent, he's very solid, and he's sure-footed. Yeah, also watched him play the ball. He's actually comfortable with the ball to his feet. Yeah, which is a modern-day defender. You know, unlike the old blast the ball away kind of old-school defending.
As we take a look at the aftermath of the free kick, the wall did its job, and subsequent shots were blocked by the Dynamos defenders. And the goalkeeper must say that Tafre Musa is keeping Dynamos in this game and many other games that I've watched him play.
Yeah, that second shot was more dangerous than the initial
Mohamed
free kick.
Jalai Mutasa taking time as usual. Now he plays it to the near side. The cross looks good. Nobody home. And these fans were ready to celebrate. Jalai Rosngwenya for a cross. Now picked up by Xavi. Witness Xavi turning away from his marker. It's in there. Good fight for the ball. Jalai losing it, giving it back to Triangle. Throw into Triangle, which they take quickly. Shawe tightly monitored there. He doesn't have any teammates close by. Jalai delaying the execution of this throw-in so that his teammates can move back into their preordained positions. Now the throw can be taken. Chinyerere no more. He takes it long. And the ref has blown. Offside.
It blew for an offside.
Now a free kick will come. The goalkeeper Tafre Musa to take it. 0-0 the scoreline if you're joining us for the first time. Dynamos taking on Triangle in a relegation battle. Bamara clips it through. Get it away. Dynamos on the far side now. Here they come. Can they get something into the box here? Checks infield. Guided backwards. Guatizo. And a chance now for Ross. My goodness me. How did he manage to do that?
The first touch that we've been complaining about, Stanley, where your first touch in football, your first touch is as important as your next move. If you don't get a perfect first touch, definitely you are going to struggle to play the next ball.
In fact, it shouldn't be in football, according to Kevin Keegan. I remember reading his book way back in the 70s when I was in high school. He said, if you can't control the ball, you have no place in football. Triangle. Showing how he's done with a clever piece. And here it comes now. Mohammed under pressure. Referee feels that he's being harassed unfairly. I remember seeing the fourth match official, Grace Gimo, raising his board just a minute of additional time. Ntembi Gosisbanda. Sometimes he's making fantastic calls. Sometimes they're questionable. But play continues here. Nyawa lifting the ball. Playing it to Guatizo. Oh dear. No control in the effort as the ball sails over the bar and out of play. And the referee says it's enough. The 45 minutes are up, so it's going to be halftime. 0-0 the scoreline going into halftime. And Joe, I don't know what you're going to say about the first 45 minutes. You are the analyst. Take over.
First 45 minutes, 0-0, just like it is between Burnley and Liverpool in the English Premiership. But the first 45 minutes in this encounter at Faro Stadium, I think has lived true to form. The 4 times that the two teams have met here at Faro, it has remained, they've had 3 goalless draws. And there's only one game that they played a 1-1 draw. So the two teams historically haven't been separated when they've played at Faro Stadium. But for me, I think this game has been a drab encounter in the first half. It's been ping-pong football between the two teams. Dynamos has been trying to pump long balls over and beyond the Triangle defense. And similarly, maybe Triangle have tried to play football if I compare the two teams. But at the end of the day, we haven't seen any decisive action, any decisive play from the individual players, save for a free kick that was sent in by Abel Guatizo for Dynamos, which was something that we can talk about. It was a well-taken free kick, hit the crossbar and bounced off into play. But nothing much to separate the two teams, and I think it is according to script. As it is, it's a drab affair between the two teams.
A drab affair indeed, and it's been a long watch. It's like watching grass grow in the first 45 minutes. I do hope that the second half will produce something better when we get more opportunities, to get goals. And if both teams can score, then we can talk about excitement. I don't know what the guys in the studio will have to say during their halftime analysis. It's over to you in the studio.
Halftime at Rufaro Stadium, Kumbiles. It's Dynamos, Dinamo Dimbare, 0. Triangle United, the Sugar Boys, 0. Nothing much to write home about, save for, I think, the heroic performances of Dynamo's goalkeeper, Prince Tafire Mutsa, who continues to shine for Dimbare. In my opinion, arguably, the finest keeper in the country today. Perhaps you also talk about Kelvin Shangiwa of Scotland, but Tafire Musa really churning out some great performances. Of course, Ebel Gwatidzo there hitting the crossbar from that free kick, but nothing much to write home about. This is the only game that we have for you. Remember, yesterday it was 8, the rest of the 8 games, where of course the pick of the crop was at Wadzanai Stadium, a thriller, but it ended goalless between Simba Bora and Scotland. So these two teams, two of the, should I say, 9 teams, yes, haunted by relegation. Yes, remember, from number 9 downwards, they could be relegated. Any 4 of them could be relegated. Right. Sparrow, Spencer Nyamadzao is still here. Yes, the man from Old Trafford, and the man from Anfield, Coach Bex, Bekim Pilonyoni is still here. And the man from the Riverside, Kweboro, is still here as well. Sparrow, a Dreba Fair, 45 minutes. Nothing much to write home about.
Well, I think for us fans, and we want an exciting game, but for me, looking at it from a technical point of view, both teams, like you correctly put it, across the relegation zone. So they are playing it safe, and that would have been the message from the coach. Let's play it safe. Let's not be fancy. Try and keep it safe and smooth. And this is exactly what's happening between Dynamos and Triangle. Dynamos, yes.
Sorry to butt in, Sparrow, as we take a look at the highlights. Yes, you can continue.
Yes, I was saying Dynamos, there we see a shot coming from range. That was a good shot by Dynamos, and the keeper doing well. This is the go-to man for Triangle, trying to put Bamusi, trying to get across, and then on the hitting the crossbar from Gwatidzo, it was a well-taken free kick.
Oh yeah, it was. Gwatidzo playing. Of course, Monashe Bamara really impressing as well with Tabani Kamsoko, Coach Bex for the Sugar Boys.
Yes, Tabani I think he has done very well, and I think for Triangle, I can say first half, they are dominating in midfield. Bamara, in Munashe Bamara and Kamsoko, and Zeki, they seem to be in total control. And if you look at the goals, shots on target, Triangle have had more. And if you look at the 2 goalkeepers, the busy of the 2, the Dynamos goalkeeper has been the busy of the 2. And I think those 2 crucial saves which he made might end up calling up the day for Dynamos. He has kept Dynamos in this game, or we could have been saying Dynamos are 2 down or 1 down, but he has kept it. But when you are building a team, they say you start from the goalkeeper when you are building your defense, and that's exactly what Dynamos has done, and their goalkeeper has done very, very well. And I know Charlie Cole wants to say currently is the best goalkeeper in the country. Yes, he might be one of the top 3 in the Premier League at the moment with the way he is playing. When we look at the current form, not the history.
Yes, Prince Tafire Musa really shining for Dinamo Dimbare. Now, it comes, I think, to the question that all you Dynamo supporters right now are questioning, or maybe not questioning, or suggesting. Yes, the star of the Mission Impossible franchises for Dynamos. This is Mission Impossible 5. The star of the show, the equivalent of Tom Cruise of the Hollywood version of Mission Impossible, is on the bench. Mundi Kumbuke, Denver Mukamba. I know you are suggesting you probably want him to be brought on now. Let's find out from Sparrow what he thinks about the star of the Mission Impossible 5 for Dimbare.
Definitely you will come on for Dynamos, but I think maybe after about 10 or 15 minutes or so, Kelvin Kaidindu should give him a run in the last 30 minutes of the game. I think you will come in and will bring the flair, bring the skill, and will bring confidence in the other players. So I think just maybe after 10 minutes, get Denver Mukamba onto the field of play.
Yes, definitely. We'll have to see when or if Kelvin Kaidindu will send him on. But Triangle, take nothing away from them. They've come here. They're still fighting relegation, and definitely they will be keen to maybe at the least get a share of the points. As we are going to go away for a teeny-weeny bit. When we come back, we'll be continuing the halftime talk before crossing back to Rufaro Stadium. Don't go away because we'll be right back.
A poor touch, a mistake, Musiwa. Can he shoot? Yes, he scores.
What a goal. What
Gifted.
A goal.
A goal here. The man who has been a menace. Innocent Musiwa.
Wazitaura wakati munhu ari dangerous.
A mistake. Pickpocketed was Askuru Pande. The referee said it was okay. The score is now 1-0 in favor of the Lithium Boys. And the Champions are going to have to dig deep to get back into this match. He made no mistake. Beat Thaddeus Baye.
Right, it's Dynamo Dimbare taking on the Sugar Boys. The last time they met, Dimbare were downed at Gibbo Stadium. And Triangle are currently number 14 and Dynamos currently number 17. If I can remind you as well, first, the Dynamo supporters, if your team wins, they'll just jump from 17 to 15. So they'll still be in the bottom 4. If Triangle United win, they'll jump from number 14 to number 9. Plenty to look forward to. And the good news and the bad news there, as I told you. But if Triangle United lose to Dynamos, they remain at number 14. 4 teams will be relegated at the end of the season as we take a look at more highlights from the first half, where we saw Prince Tafire Mutsa, but here that was a rare occasion for Takudzwa Chikosi in goal for the Sugar Boys. But Coach Bex, it needs to be said, Prince Tafire Mutsa has kept Dynamos in this game in the first half.
Yes, Prince Tafire Mutsa has really kept them in the game. They've kept them in the game so far, and I think in midfield, definitely when they come for the second half of the game, the coaches might be looking at the midfield where we are having people like Chiungwa. He hasn't given me what he usually gives Dynamos, and might be looking at bringing in maybe a midfielder in terms of Pio, or also on the far left, Valentine Kadonzo might bring in some firepower up front, and when we see Mutasa is also a bit on the slow. I think that's where Denver might be looked at to see if he can come in and try to change things and try to make sure that they put as much pressure as they can.
It brings, you will remember, because I think you always watch our shows, don't you, on ZBC TV. And we had Chief Justice Majavi the other day, one of the expert analysts from ZBC TV Sports, former Dynamos captain. He is at Rufaro Stadium right now, I can tell you. Chief, and he was saying he didn't like this FIFA international break because he said it's going to kill our rhythm. And it looks like Chief Justice might have been right, because the Mission Impossible 4s that Dynamos accomplished, they were on fire. And Chief Justice said this break should not have happened because we would have carried on. It looks like that might be the case. Do you think so, Sparrow?
Well, definitely. They were on a roll, they were on fire. And the international break came. For Triangle, it was good for them, but they were also on a slump. So they needed to regroup. So this break came at the right time. As you can see at the play, they've improved. For Dynamos, it's now trying to pick from where they were. So that international break definitely had a disruption in the way Dynamos were playing even this afternoon.
And talking of international, it's not looking good for our under-17s, eh? Remember, we're talking about the CAF under-17 finals, the COSAFA qualifiers, which are taking place right now. Our under-17s, they lost the first game to Mozambique, and we thought we could bounce back yesterday against Eswatini, but that didn't look too good. Just quickly, Coach Bex. Not happening for under 17.
It's really not happening. So far, we've played 2 games, no goal scored. That on its own shows we are really struggling. And even when you look at the performance itself, it left a lot to be desired in terms of saying here is a team which is playing together from defense. It was like just pumping balls up, and the defenders were just waiting. And we thought we were going to pass through Eswatini without a problem, but we failed to do that. But I always tell people, if you fail to prepare, be prepared to get bad results. This team has been together for 2 weeks. We are the hosts. We expected to go to AFCON. So the expectations become too high for what we managed to put on the table for us to progress. And today, here we are very disappointed. I know everyone was disappointed. The fans came in their numbers and supported the young boys to the extent that at one time I felt maybe the boys were overwhelmed by the presence of the fans. But I think our preparations leaves a lot to be desired, because when I was researching, I would see Angola was in Portugal, Mozambique was in Portugal, South Africa started doing camps from around April. So it's like Zambia, same order. Those teams who are doing very well in COSAFA, they have been preparing well, and I think we should learn from our mistakes.
Yes, we need to prepare more aptly, right? We are ready to take you back to Rufaro Stadium. Kumbiles, will we see goals in the second half? That is the big question. It's Dynamos Dimbare, 0. Triangle United, the Sugar Boys, 0. And we're back at Rufaro.
Triangle themselves are making a change. Ali Sadiki is coming on, and he is replacing just number 26. We didn't have just number 26. I'm sure something will have to be changed there. It's just number 20 now. Yes, then we agree. It's Anashe Hofisi calls it a day, and in comes Ali Sadiki, a former Dynamos player as well. You can safely say that Triangle is the other version of Dynamos because of that man there in the picture. Genesis Mangombe. Yes, the Sugar Boys definitely looking for their points because Sadiki has got a sweet left foot.
Yeah, Triangle haven't lost at Rufaro since 2018.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and that's 4 outings into Harare where they've come into Rufaro against Dynamos. That is, they've played 4 times against Dynamos at Rufaro. Triangle haven't lost a game.
Here's Jalai easily collecting the ball with Peresu, winning his first touch, turning away from his marker. And Shanyawa coming in with a tackle, and he's penalized for showing his stats. Free kick.
Maybe Perez has come in with an instruction to go and play the ball, go and run them down, as opposed to the long speculative balls from Dynamo that we saw in the first half. Maybe a player who's coming in to play the ball as opposed to just kicking the ball up front.
Yes, it could be a change of tactics by Kelvin Kaidindu in the second half, as Zamawaza plays this one through. Roy to Kasondo. This one taken away again, and Mohamed clears the danger for Dimbare, trying to find Inacio Perez Jr. But this one is too far ahead of him. It goes out of play. The throw taken short back to the goalkeeper Chikosi, who returns the favor to Chinyerere. Now a long searching ball played forward. Sadiki with his first touch slips his through on the far side now. Dynamos being put under pressure, and good defensive work there by Leroy Mavunga. Jalai couldn't clear. Yes, Sadiki giving Dimbare a taste of his old magic, and in the end it's a free kick to Dynamos. You're joining us in the second half here at Rufaro Stadium. It's 0-0 as we see there Sadiki.
Some fancy footwork.
So he is a trickster. He is a trickster. If these young Dynamos players were there during his time, they would know all about him. Ndakasondo bulldozing his way and bringing down Praise Machengete. Referee says play on as Chikosi takes up possession. Ball played to the far side there. The triangle would like to establish a pattern of play. This one is blocked. Another wayward pass again. They are not also taking advantage of the poor passing game from Dynamos. Here they come now from the far side. Chatuluka, Bamara. A chance now. This is good looking, but a good clearance by Dynamos. Kamsoko will pick it up. Tawani Kamsoko, the veteran. Sadiq is on the other side already as the ball is played through, and Ross has done well to play the ball. The pass once again, a bit of good weight on it, could have opened up the chance for Dimbare, but the goalkeeper was on hand. Jordan Pedra is taken away by Batizo. Leroy Mafunga has got a touch, is brought down, and Shave trying to help out his defenders, commits an offense and a free kick to Dynamos. That's how it happened. Out of your picture. There is Denver Mkamba wearing his number 35. He's about to come on and set the Vietnam stands alight. It's Temptation Chiunga who calls it a day, but they don't agree with the removal of Chiunga, and immediately Mukamba connects with the crowd, and I'm sure Genesis Mangombe told Bamara to take care of Denver Mukamba because he could cause problems. Ross Ngwenya, who in my view was very lucky to stay on the field of play given the performance that he has put in so far. He's usually a very good player. Here's Jalai. Now to Shadrinyawa. This one is played backwards. Magwaza drifting past his marker to Mohammed. Isaka Mohammed. Jalai takes it down, turns away from his marker. Dynamo was beginning to keep the ball on the ground, and Anasio Perez Jr., I don't know what he was trying to do with the ball. Instead of being basic,
he was thinking already his move going forward, and then the ball trickled past his left leg.
Here is a chance now for triangle, but thwarted once again by Mohammed. Free kick, but this edge official is actually confusing everyone, including the kids. Here they are. Oh, you'll be very popular when you go back to preschool tomorrow. Yes. Everyone will be saying, we saw you on telly. Enjoying yourself.
Yes.
Here's the clearance by the Dynamos defender. And this will be retaken. I think the ref says taking it from the wrong position. Here's Magwaza playing a long ball, picked up from the far side. Chatuluka to Shinyerere, finds support from the far side. Is triangle now, finds Sadiki getting past his marker, and it's taken away. The clearance looks good. Kasondo is all alone. Can he cross the ball? He does so, my word! How did you miss? How on earth did you miss?
Too high. It was too high for the short man, Peroso Jr. Well, he proved to be junior for that cross when it came through. It was a bit more elevated for his liking and for his comfort. It was a good cross that was sending from the right. Look, it was way above his height. Had it been lower, definitely it would have been a simple tap in for Peroso Jr. Yeah, he was meant to work hard, but unfortunately he was being asked to do too much than his body could allow. Yeah, too short for the cross.
Young Perez could have covered himself in glory. Now it's taken away. by witness Xavi. Kamsoko. Good vision in finding Sadiki. Ball played through. And once again it's Mohamed to clear the danger. Kasondo has been holding up play. And here is Denver Mkamba with a good looking header. Again Mavunga. Inside the area. Ball played through. And a chance there, but again good defensive work from Triangle as the ball is played away. And this one has gone out of play. Quatizo wins the free kick. Leroy Mafunga there. I think he wanted more from the referee. Denver Mkamba already taking a lead on what should happen. Ready to take a free kick, and referee ordering the two players from Triangle to move back the stipulated 10 yards. Denver Mkamba covered himself in glory when Dynamos played Scotland here at Rufaro Stadium, scoring the winning goal for Dimbare to win 3-2. Here it comes now. It's a clever one. The cross, and it goes out for a corner.
Clever it was, but a little bit overcooked by Denver Mkamba. He made it difficult for Guatizo to come in and latch on to someone's promising us 2 goals.
Yeah.
Is he promising us 2 goals?
But which side is he? He is wearing an Arsenal jersey. Arsenal played yesterday and won their match 3-0. Xavi playing it backwards. And this one has gone out of play for a goal kick. Goal kick to be taken by Chikosi Takudzwa. Now he's moving his defenders into those positions. It's a good looking clearance. This one is picked up by Sadiki. Long effort. Way over the bar. No problems there for the goalkeeper. Witness Xavi not doing a good job on that occasion. So the goal kick will come for Dynamos. Guatizo with a long clearance. Kasondo fighting for it. And Xavi once again failing to merely control the ball. It looked easier. Still in play. And Rosengwenya went down.
I think he was smart. Rosengwenya was smart.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if he was fouled.
But I don't know why the referee is buying such silly tricks.
Yes.
The player went down. Nothing happened to him.
Yes, want to have a look at this again.
But if he's injured, it's because of the fall.
Yes.
Look at that. He kept the ball in play.
Look at it. Yes. I mean, he fell, but of course, it's the leg that stepped on him, but he was already on the ground. So I think he played smart there.
Yeah,
he was already
smart.
down. He was already going down.
Rosengwenya has won Dimbare a free kick in a very promising position. Now they've got Denver Mkamba in the side, and he's already behind it. He may not have the legs. This little one has got the legs, but not yet ready to play.
This is good for football
Definitely.
to say we can bring anyone of any age to a football stadium because it's safe space. Let people come to the stadium, enjoy a beautiful game of football, beautiful sunshine, and have an experience as a family. Yeah, this is lovely.
Yes, it gives color to the crowd. Now Denver Mkamba behind it. Is he going to roll it for Jalai? Oh, that was a tricky one. The goalkeeper did well. Matizo coming from the right-hand side. He's a left-footed player. There's no way that he's going to cross this one. And out it goes for a goal kick to Triangle. The Sugar Boys. And Matizo has stayed down. Ostensibly injured. Here's Shari. Stopped easily. Now to Bamara. Looking for Sadiki. Again, he doesn't have the pace. He's another one who is reminding us as we take a look at Denver Mkamba's effort.
Yeah, it was well flighted.
Well flighted, and the goalkeeper
Just needed another touch. You see Jalai there getting himself a yellow card from the referee. I think Jalai was speaking to the referee regarding that Kwatizo tussle with Bamara on the far side. Dynamos, I think, will feel like they deserved a free kick on the far side. I think that's what caused the problems for Dynamos captain Jalai. Yeah, so Jalai gets himself a card.
The problem is if you say too much to the referee, you will end up in the book. And out of your picture, Grace Gimo is going to talk to the referee. And Tebinko Sisbanda will be going back as Denver Mkamba being spoken to by the ref.
Some missiles being thrown from the Vietnam stands. I think that's from the Dynamos fans. They're expressing their displeasure. You can even see the far side referee has deserted his workstation. He's tugged in onto the field of play, I think for his safety and trying to run away from the missiles that have been thrown from the Vietnam stand by the Dynamos fans. And we see there a ball boy having to clear the pitch of the debris that had been thrown in onto the playing surface. So play has been stopped here at Sparrow Stadium just to get the house in order for the game to continue.
Yeah, we don't need this sort of thing at all.
We don't.
And Dynamos have deployed their marshals on the Vietnam end to try and identify those throwing missiles on the field of play, as we see there Tafire Mutsa and Genesis Mangombe.
His one man will be happy with the current state of affairs. If it remains like this, Genesis Mangombe is under less pressure compared to Kevin Kaidindu on behalf of Dynamos.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be a good point on the road.
Very good point on the road. He will take it. It adds to the tally.
As long as they don't swap positions with Dynamos, for him he will be good.
If he picks up a point, there's no swapping.
Yes. Because if Dynamos were to win today, they will actually be tied on points with Triangle.
Take a look at that old timer.
Yes, German
enjoying himself. Yeah, he must have come a long way to be at this stage.
So I was saying, if Dynamos were to beat Triangle this afternoon, they'll get all 3 points and then they'll be tied on points. But the only difference will be Dynamos have a poor goal difference. So they won't swap positions, but they'll just be tallied on points. So, which is why we're saying Dynamos are desperate for points. Even these youngsters, they know that their favorite team will be desperate for points, all 3 points out of this game.
And the referee Tembingo Sisbanda still talking to the two captains, Saban Kamsoko and Emmanuel Jalai, trying to explain the reason for the delay. Play stopped for a while, but I'm sure we can start now. The missiles have stopped raining from the Vietnam end.
Currently, Dynamos are on 28 points.
Yes.
Triangle are on 31. So it's just 3 points different. If Dynamos win today, they also come into 31 points. Yes. But it's a goal difference that will be a Dynamos bother. Currently, Dynamos have -8 goal difference, and Triangle have +1 goal difference. So
it's most likely that even if they win, I don't see them winning by 9 goals.
No.
There's no way they can do it.
That would be a biggest scam in football.
Yeah. Let's wait and see. Play still held up. I hope the referee will add this time to the tally. You're going to be popular, madam. Live on telly. Here's a Triangle now pushing forward. Aaron Zeka. Sadiki back to Zeka. The cross cleared away and is picked up now by Denver Mkamba. Looking for Kasondo, tightly monitored. And he's given the free kick. Yeah, this Kasondo boy has been a lone figure upfield, and he has certainly been giving these triangle defenders lots of problems.
Yeah, and the thing is to do with this ball supply. He's not getting a clean ball supply to work with.
Yes, Denver Mkamba with a long cross, nobody on the blind side. And the clearance is good for triangle. Dynamos are there in a flush. And it's a long effort once again. And it's guided backwards to Tafire Musa, the goal minder. Picked up by Gwatidzo. Nobody home. Not a very good effort from Magwaza, rather, as the ball goes across. Now, out of your picture, change is taking place for Dynamos as Kelvin Kaidindu stands by. Chingwara comes on for Rosngwenya.
Keith Madera is also coming in.
Keith Madera comes on for Leroy Mavunga. Yes, Kelvin Kaidindu making changes, trying to sharpen the strike force as the game continues here. Throw into the Sugar boys, who will be quite happy with a stalemate. Of course, they'll be happier with a victory. Pedro with the throw. This one taken up now. Pedro with another effort inside the area. Good header. Away. Dynamos avert the danger momentarily. This one will be free kick. Nyawa a bit careless on that occasion. For a veteran, he should have known that you don't do that sort of thing on the edge of the box by bringing down Aaron Zeka. So the free kick will be taken. The Dynamos having made two changes of Chingwara and yes, Chingwara came on, as well as Kit Madera. Still no place for Telmo Pio, their midfield engine room. The last time he missed action was through injury, so maybe he's still shaking that injury off. Kaidindu doesn't want to risk him. And this is a good looking position once again for Triangle, but it's a bit far from Tafire Musa's goal line. Yes, Sadiki! Oh, that was well taken. Going away from the goalkeeper, who did well to smother the effort. This one is taken up. Gwatidzo failing to control the ball. The cross comes in, and Gwatidzo is in trouble. And he finally gets the decision. Xavi going in with a reckless challenge. That will be free kick to Dynamos. Well, looking at how Gwatidzo lost possession, it clearly shows that he's not that sort of defender who can play from the back. He doesn't have the skill set to do that.
He wasn't comfortable with the ball. But when you watch him play, he's also one player who's got that fine technique when he wants to address the ball, maybe from range. But maybe playing the ball to his feet may be a bit of a problem. But generally, I like his technique when he kicks the ball and shares the ball around with his mates.
Here's the captain flicking it forward for Kasondo inside the area. Kasondo winning possession. The cross will come from Denver Mukamba inside the area. The goalkeeper does well to take it away and clears a long ball forward. But Magwaza stands firm, and the referee awards a free kick for Chingwara. Even the little one agrees.
He's sharing some tactics.
Yes.
He's saying he should have passed to that one.
Madera taking time to release it. Chingwara takes it up now. Drifts it through. Nobody home. And Magwaza underneath it. Clears the danger. Gwatidzo again failing to control. Sadiki comes up and allows the captain to take over. Xavi witness. Sliding tackle. Magwaza wins it. But possession taken up by Triangle, who are now turning up the screw. I wonder what Shadrack Nyawa was trying to do there. Kasondo applying the pressure. He has got the pace, but the defender did well. And the goalkeeper has taken it up, and expectation on the fans of many, on the faces of many fans here at Rufaro. Cape Madeira just trying to play the ball without putting too much thought into it. Captain Jalai. Mohammed. Dummy. Now it comes back to Emmanuel Jalai. And a free kick for the Dynamos captain. Was trying to leave his marker for dead. There he is. Yeah, that was adjudged to have been a block.
Yeah, he was
an
stopped.
illegal one.
He's got pace, Jalai. You know,
Yes.
when he's on the run, he actually can cause you problems. And he showed us in that instance. He controlled the ball and tucked the ball into space, and he went for the same ball, and the defender had no option but just to impede on.
Now it's a free kick. And once again, a very good looking position for Dimbare. And I think both teams owe it to the fans to start practicing set pieces so that, you know, they get goals from such positions. Denver Mkamba.
Yeah, boss. Yeah, we haven't really seen much excitement when a team is awarded a free kick to say they can brew something out of the set piece.
Here they are. Let's see how Mkamba will take it. He is the one favored to float the ball inside the area. Triangle do well to clear. And Emmanuel Jalai is looking to his goalkeeper, Tafire Mutsa, to come forward and pump another long searching ball. Looking for Kasondo. This time he's beaten clean. Chingwara trying to paint a pretty picture. He should be more purposeful. The yellow card flashed on witness Shave, just number 12. Here is Chingwara. Yeah, he was impeded. Shave shaped up dangerously there to his opponent. And once again, Denver Mkamba is taking it before the referee allows things to happen. Mkamba should have known. The referee indicated that play to the whistle. Anxious fans here at Rufaro Stadium, predominantly Dynamos fans. The blue side of the capital. Well, they tried to make a decent attendance today. Looking at the crowd, what do you make of it?
The referee is saying, Denver, move the ball backwards, and Denver is not moving that ball backwards. And the referee is, of course, trying to exert his authority on the game. And Denver Mkamba seeming to be animated.
He's in a hurry to play the ball.
Yeah, but again, if you are too desperate, you end up faltering in your moves.
Ball inside the area once again. A poor header. Shadrach Nyawa. I mean, he had all the time and space. And he headed that one horribly over the bar. No problem for Chikosi. Takuz were ready to dispatch a goal kick.
Mangombe preparing 2 substitutions. Yeah, I think he's also going for blood. He wants the 3 points.
He wants the 3 points. He clearly indicated the pre-match that, look, I'm not coming here to please anyone. I'm here to do my job. I don't wish Dynamos to be relegated, but if they want to survive, they have to get points elsewhere, not against Triangle. Bamara playing it on the far side. As Triangle now are stitching together a number of passes. Here they come through. Aaron Zeka, and it goes back to Tafire Umutsa. It's actually a triple substitution away from your pictures there. As this one is taken down by Madeira. A lovely take. He's going forward now, beating Jordan Pedro rather. And ball still in play. Headed into touch by Bamara, who picks up an injury. And the substitutions can now take place. Witness Shave calls it a day. Just number 12. In comes Menford Mudzimu. Oh, this is another tricky player to contain for Dimbare. And Aaron Zeka is calling it a day. And in comes Kevin Kanganga. And 88, Blessing Sarupinda has already taken his place. So, Tabani Kamsoko, the skipper, is being rested here as Genesis Mangombe goes for the jugular. He wants the 3 points.
So
Throwing
far,
in some of his hard hitters.
yeah, Genesis Mangombe has introduced 2 midfielders and 2 forwards into his formation. Yeah, it may be an indication that he will still want to get a goal. If he can get a goal, he will be comfortable in this game.
That could win it, because I don't see this match producing more than 3 goals. And this one runs into touch, throw into Dimbare. Mukamba is in a hurry, takes a long throw into the area. And of course the goalkeeper comes up and collects under no challenge at all. Jala is beaten, and now Dynamos are exposed at the back. Here comes a triangle. Sadiki now wearing the captain's armband. Mohamed losing possession, and this one, and it's a free kick. That was a poor tackle by Chingwara. Another good-looking position. The left foot of Sadiki comes into the picture here. Yeah, that was clearly a foul. Very nearly into the box. Chingwara wasn't clever at all, as his name suggests colloquially.
He tackled from behind.
Yeah, that was a tackle from behind. So, Tembiko's band absolutely correct.
That's why we then see now mental fortitude on the part of the players to say, when you are committing to a tackle, you need to think about the various dynamics that are involved. You are tackling someone from behind, and you are risking a free kick against yourself, you are against your team, and from a dangerous position, you know, that free kick can be decisive.
Yes,
so maybe
and
patience was needed there.
Patience needed, but I'm looking at Kevin Kaidindu. He's desperate to say something to his players. Nobody is looking to the bench. He sees something wrong there. It's a dangerous position there for Dynamos. If Sadiki takes this one, surely Dafre Mutsa will be tested. Svanda, the referee. And this is taken by Sarupinda, poorly done. Dynamos defend. Here they come once again, a long throw on the far side. It's picked up in the center. Offside according to the men in the middle. Tembinkos is banned. And Dynamos are also in a hurry. They're beginning to do things wrong.
Yes. Two things wrong, Stanley. One, the ref was not happy with the position. Two, the ball was still rolling. So he cost his team an advantage. Yeah. So some of the small things that players need to look into. Look at that young future player or future fan, or current fan rather.
Current fan, future player.
Yes.
Dynamos with a long effort once again, and Kasondo in a good looking position. The cross not well measured, and finally cleared by Triangle. And this one out of play for a throw in. Guatizo will take it quickly. And a free kick has been manufactured there by Keith Madeira, who went down at the slightest hint of a push. That will be a free kick on the edge of the box, and Mukamba is restless. He wants to take the free kick quickly. This giving the goalkeeper lots of problems. This one taken by Nyawa. Good clearance. Again, Timbare have been given a free kick, and immediately the ref calling on the medics to come and attend to the injured captain Jalai, who is holding his head. Yeah, for a head injury. The referee is absolutely right. Play will continue.
And the ref is directing him to exit the pitch because
through the nearest position.
The medical team had been summoned to come and assist you. So had he stayed down, maybe would have received attention. But look, the game can't restart now when the medical team are still on the pitch. Come on.
I think there's certain things that the technical team at Timbare needs to impress upon their players. Even Triangle, well, Triangle are not looking very desperate here. They are playing a cool-headed game. Here's Denver Mukamba trying to fool the referee. Sarupinda rides the tackle. The former Cape United midfielder. Dynamos have taken over now with Nyawa. Jalai. And it's played to Kasondo. I think Kasondo has put in a very good shift. Jalai turns away. And it comes to Chingwara. And the crowd virtually telling him to do better. Ball is played through. Denver Mukamba turns away. Oh. Oh, yes. No wonder why they like him.
Yeah, well, they like him. I think he did very well there. He picked up the ball and sent in a dummy. And he turned to his left leg and he let go. Look at a few exchanges of passes there. Mukamba with a dummy. Turns to the left. Let's go a shot. But, of course, he didn't have the right curl and the right wrap around the ball to bring him on the other side. So another wasted opportunity for Dynamos. Yeah, will they live to rue these chances?
It went onto his weaker left foot. It could have been, it was dangerous for Triangle.
Yes.
Very dangerous. And I think with a bit of game time, he will definitely improve. Jalai losing the battle. And it's picked up by Mohammed. Another one who is put in a decent shift. Kasondo on the far side, controlling it well. But too many touches as it goes out of play. For a throw to the Sugar boys. Dynamos finally making a change. Taking out Kasondo, bringing in Felix Hammond, the Ghanaian import. Kaidindu now throwing all his weapons to try and win this one. That's a good one. Jalai will pick it up, clipping it long, and Triangle defend it well. Jalai once more. Hammond with his first touch. Plays it to the near side for little Ignacio Jr. Perez Jr. drifting into the area. And it comes there for a chance. Chingwara had done well. They are appealing for a handball. The referee didn't see it. Play continues. And it comes to Sadiki. What on earth was he thinking as these fans are asking the same question? Throw in once again, and Timbare will pick it up. Magwaza chested down well by Hammond, using strength. Good play there, Chingwara taking too long on the ball. The Triangle are not allowing that. Good play from the Triangle midfielders. Now comes Chatuluka. And closely monitored. Nyerere looking for the captain Sadiki, who does well to find Chatuluka on the far side. This is a good looking cross for Sarupinda. Ball picked up in the middle of the park. What can they do with it? And this one carelessly played into touch.
Genesis Mangombe still believes in another card that he's playing now. He's making his fourth substitution. No,
Monsaka.
It will be his fifth. It will be his fifth substitution. Yeah, Monsaka getting prepared.
Monsaka getting prepared. He's a midfielder. I asked him about him. They said Well, he's going to play in defense as a left back. And he takes over from Nomo Chinyerere, a former Dimbare player. Monsaga.
And you must say, Triangle has a good roster, a good number of former Dynamos staffers, you know, both players and coaches.
Yes. No wonder why I was saying that. So it's the other version of Dynamos. With
The low
Genesis
version.
Mangombe having a huge influence. Here's a long ball played through. Perez goes down. Referee plays advantage. Here's Mukamba. Mukamba losing possession. Whatever it is that he was trying to do, he got it horribly wrong. Now Triangle are coming through. On the far side. Sadiki, and finally ball taken away. Jalai in an attacking position. He has got Felix Hammond in attendance. And
But Demba Mkamba, I don't see the reason why he went in charging for that for in that move. The referee had given you a free kick. The referee has actually cautioned that, given the Triangle player a yellow card. Why was Denver rushing onto the scene? For me, that would cause more problems. That would cause more problems.
yes, indeed, because the referee should actually caution him
Yes.
for what he has done there. Both players should be cautioned as we take a look at what exactly happened. Jalai, impeded illegally
by Mawadza.
Who now enters
Which
into
is
the
fine.
black book.
And rightly so, booked by the referee. And then we saw Denver Mkamba rushing in onto the scene. And I'm questioning why he was doing that. Which brings in another question to say, yes, Denver Mkamba could be a crowd favorite. But at the same time, it could be sentimental. But maybe not really giving value to Dynamos.
He needs to play with his thinking cap on most of the time, because it could have been different on that occasion.
Yes,
the yellow card could have come his way
agreed.
for what he did. And here's the free kick from Emmanuel Jalai inside the area. Still commotion in the penalty box, and the goalkeeper will take this one. Felix Hammond is a player that has just come on here. He hasn't had many touches, but I'm seeing him as a better player. And now the ball has gone out of play. Sadiki tried to win it, but he failed. And now Denver in a hurry once again. Clearly tired. You can see that he can hardly run. Came in with a tackle. Now Sadiki to the near side as they try to go forward. Mzimu rather. Good play there. The return pass is good. And in the end now, it was danger for Triangle. And in the end, the ball was cleared. Long ball forward. Sadiki winning it against Magwaza. Now Dimbare under pressure. This Triangle are knocking the ball around. Bamara will collect. Looking for Sarupinda, who doesn't get to it. Now it comes on the near side, and Mudzimo allows it out of play. Throw in to be taken by Pedro Jordan. Jordan Pedro's throw is good. The flick. But again cleared away by Magwaza. Neatly taken down there, but again. And Praise Machengeta in trouble.
He was
sweeping away They must be very careful that this doesn't happen in the box. The Dynamos players, some of them are frustrated. The body language of Shadrach Nyawa. This one is looking for the far side. And it goes out of play. Throw in to Dynamos, who are looking very desperate to pick up all 3 points. Their captain is Emmanuel Jalai. As he prepares to take a long one, you can see he's going all the way to the fence to come up with a run that will propel the ball into the box. It'll look more like a corner kick. Here it is, deep inside the area. The goalkeeper does well. Chikosi. And the Dynamos players using all kinds of tricks in the book. Well, it looks like Chikosi invited some of the pressure because he went straight for Chingwara. And the referee will start with a drop ball in favor of the goalkeeper. Tackles Chikosi. Clips a long ball. Nyawa not in a comfortable position. All he did was just to go down and fooled the referee with that fall.
Yeah, in football you have to be streetwise at times, you know. It's not really like cheating as it were, but you are just being clever, giving your team an advantage.
That was a chance once again for Denver Mukamba. And this one is played wayward. Sadiki taking time to bring down the ball, and a sliding tackle by Magwaza. Wins a free kick for Triangle.
Oh, it's a free kick.
It's a free kick, yes. That was a crude tackle. Some long faces in the stands.
Look at Devon kicking the ball away. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe the referee thinking it was a lunge.
It was, and I think he didn't get the ball. So Sadiki. This one is cleared away by Dimbare. Mukamba making sure it's safe. This one once more trying to find Hammond, but it didn't work out that way.
We always demand these long balls standing. we always just question how fruitful these long balls, speculative balls, which are aimless, to whom it may concern. I wonder how many times it has profited teams compared to the number of times it fails the team.
It all depends with your passing. If you pass the ball well, then the long ball might work. But if you're not passing it well, then this will be the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of running, aimless running,
And
without
turnover.
possession turnover and things like that. These Dynamos are being roasted on the far side. Throw in. Jalai plays it into the center circle. Magwaza. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous now. And the sliding tackle. Denver had done well to drift into the box, but unfortunately his teammate did not read the situation. Nyawa. Once again, Peresu was back on his bike. And the goalkeeper has gone down.
Game management.
Game management, of course.
He will kill the momentum from Dynamos. And see some heated exchanges at the bench. Genesis Mangombe telling the Dynamos officials to get away and into their camp, to keep in their technical areas. Of course, the temperatures will be heated, Stanley, because this is a high-stakes game. If you look at it from another angle, both teams are desperate for all 3 points. But if it remains like this, Dynamos will carry heavier faces compared to Triangle. Triangle will be happy with a point on the road.
Yes, Dimbara, of course, are desperately trying to climb out of the relegation zone. Second from bottom, only above Kwekwe United, a team that is as good as already relegated. And the fans are still singing in the stands
And
hoping for a better result.
They are not seated; they are standing. The seats are hot.
Definitely very hot seats, including the manager. Both sides of the technical departments. Mangombe on his feet, so is Kelvin Kaidindu.
Mangombe said Dynamos will not win at my expense. They would rather win and pick up points from elsewhere, not from Triangle.
Kaidindu.
But we must comment Kaidindu. Since he came in, he did well for Dynamos.
Yes.
He has given Dynamos 12 points on the trot out of the 4 games that he's been in charge. Yeah, good for Dynamos, good for Kevin Kaidindu, and of course Genesis Mangombe. They're also looking and following proceedings keenly, wondering what he would do just to get a point, or at least get a point out of this game.
Out of the picture, the board went up for 5 minutes of additional time. And the Triangle now to clear downfield through their goalkeeper Takuzgo Chikosi. Sadiki can't fasten onto the pass. Shadrack Nyawa. Chingwara finding Keith Madera. Turns in field. Trying a double 1-2 but fails. And it's a throw in from the far side. Triangle managing the game here. They know that they are away from home. The pressure is on them from the crowd as Mukamba flicks it forward. Finding Hammond. Ball played through. Too many short passes. And this one is blasted downfield, but some running coming in from Monsaka, who does well to beat his marker. Can you kill the game here? But Kafiremutsa is good. Picks it up and throws forward. Peresu now tightly monitored. Kwatizo should have known better, and it's taken away by Pedra. Sarupinda picking up possession in the center. Monsaka, and this one goes wide. No problems there for the goalkeeper. Prince Tafremutsa. Triangle trying to catch Dynamos on the break. Their impressive goalkeeper now can clear. Clips it forward, and the referee has blown to end the match, and the crowd doesn't believe that the 5 minutes were up. Even the Dynamos players are swarming the referee. I've never seen this.
So we didn't get the 5 minutes.
They had 90 minutes. Well, it was difficult to tell. Maybe the board went up late. They all thought that, look, maybe we lost something like 2-3 minutes.
Especially in the second half.
Yeah, especially in the second half. But there were so many stoppages, especially when the missiles were being thrown and so forth. I thought that it would have been more. But look, it applies to both sides. It's not only Dynamos who are hard done by.
But if you look at the expressions, Dynamos players are hounding. It's only the Dynamos players who are hounding the referee.
Yes.
Whereas the Triangle are busy now with their warm down routine. So one will then wonder and question Dynamos, if you were so pressed for the additional 3 minutes, but you had other 90 minutes or 87 minutes be either way, to have done what you want to do in the last 3 minutes of the game. Well, it's debatable, but on the part of the referee will question, didn't we have stoppage time to warrant additional minutes?
It's very sad seeing senior men of the technical team trying to manhandle the referee. Even the likes of Nyawa is being restrained. Yeah, that's very sad. It's not the sort of thing we come here to watch.
Right, just ending there, the match being ended by referee Tembingosi Sibanda and Dynamos feeling that he did not play at least the minimum 5 minutes of stoppage time as indicated by the fourth official. And well, it is sad to see. I hope it does not get any worse, because we don't want to see this kind of things happening violence-wise. We no to violence, and I hope it doesn't get any worse. Well, Dynamos feeling aggrieved, but they should have made use of the 90 anyway. So Genesis Mangombe Kaka, the head coach of the Sugar Boys, the happier of the two, and he climbs up not just one place. He was 14th, now he's 13th. Dynamos were 17th, now they are 16th. They've just swapped places with Green Fuel. So the bottom four now, Kwekwe United, they're gone, eh? They lost yesterday, officially relegated. The Gold Boys. No more mining of the gold there in Kwekwe. So they are gone. And 17 are now Green Fuel, 16 are Dynamos, 15 are Yada. And said Kwekwe United, they played so well this season. The results did not reflect on how they were playing, but they are the first team to be relegated.
First team to be relegated, that's the Premiership, and I think they'll go back, regroup, and try and come back next year with a bit of experience. I mean, they have to go back to the Division 1 and try and win that so that they can come back and try and play again in the Premiership. But said for Kwekwe United, at least they had a dance in the
Better than losing. We knew that this was going to be a very difficult game, and this is what we saw. Our approach, I think, in the first half was not good. We saw also the attitude during training, and for us to have picked up a point today, we thank God for the point. It's a setback for us. We still wanted to maintain our record, but picking a point today, I think it's good for us. We came back, maybe second half much better, a lot of positives. Their keeper was good, made a number of saves, but this is football. It happens. At the end of the day, we did not pick the maximum points.
Okay, what do you think you could have done better today?
Yeah, I think the complacency, and also, like I said earlier on, in terms of training, in terms of the attitude that we saw, I think it was going to affect us, and this is what has affected us today. But for us to pick up a point, it's a setback, but we need to surge forward. We haven't scored today, but 1 point is better than nothing. A win definitely could have pushed us away from the position where we have been.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach, and better luck next time.
Thank you.
That was the Dynamos coach, Kelvin Kaidindu, and right now we'll just await the referee of the triangle coach. That is Genesis Mangombe. And coach, 1 point in the match. Are you happy with the result today?
Yeah, not that happy, because if you see, if we applied ourselves positively, I think in the second half we should have scored 1 or 2. Then also in the second half, you don't need to win with a margin, but you need to capitalize on the slim chances you get. So at some point, I thought we should have maybe buried one. Then it's a game of football. They also missed, and I'm happy that we didn't lose away from home. So we now plan on our next assignment and make sure that we capitalize on our home game.
Okay, and considering your position on the log, is 1 point a bet away Dynamos?
Of course, with the way we've been playing and with the way we've been scoring, we can score 4 on a good day. Even if you see the chances we created, if we were lucky today, maybe we should have scored 1 or 2. But at the same time, it's a game of football. They are also in the relegation zone. So they were trying to do their best so that they also win the game. But it's a game of football. We take a point and we work on our next assignment as well.
Okay. Thanks so much, coach, and better luck next time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was the Triangle coach, Genesis Mangombe, after the match ended new or at Rufaro Stadium. And it's back to the studio.
Well, 0-0 then, and Genesis Mangombe Kaka, the happier of the two. So Mission Impossible 5, just 50% success rate for Dynamo Dimbari. And quickly, Coach Bex, well, Dynamo still in the bottom 4, but still long road to go.
Still in the bottom 4, and I'm sure they should start to be worried because they needed to be collecting points so that at least they can make sure that they get out of the relegation. They are still in, they need to work hard.
That's right, they're still in with everybody else from number 9 downwards, but Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys, are gone. We feel so sorry for Dr. Phil Makekere, the president of Kwekwe United. Your boys tried, but it was a long haul up there in the Premiership. That's just about it. It leaves me to thank the two experts here from our ZBC TV Sports analyst team. First, the man who's preparing now to face Manchester City, Sparrow Nyamadzao. Thank you so much and wish you all the best against Pep Guardiola in about an hour or so, in 30 minutes. Yeah,
in 30 minutes, that's our bogey team. We should win that one day.
Right. And the men from Anfield, Liverpool, they were being held to a goalless draw by Burnley. I think it's over now, 0-0. Coach Bex, all the best in your next game.
Thank you very much.
Right. And Isuve Boro, win and we drew 2-2 with Preston, and we are top of the English Championship. Right, thank you so much. 0-0 it ended at Rufaro Stadium. Kumbiles, do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. We always love it because you make these shows what they are. From everybody from the ZBC TV sports crew behind the scenes, fronted by our producers Bevan Shinurai, Stuart Shoriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN legendary Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come.
Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, look the life that you
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get